And I'm thinking to myself, Andy, that's got to mean something. That's got to be a clue. Why keep an eye on something if it ain't valuable? That's police work. That's deduction, plain and simple.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back for episode 6 of our walkthrough / let's play of The Secret World. Last episode, we completed the first of 2 missions offered by Deputy Andy on the rooftop of the Kingsmouth Sheriff's Department called Elm Street Blues. This time, we'll be taking on Andy's second mission called Draugnet, a clever little throwback to an old black and white TV show known as Draugnet that only unlocks after completing his first mission. This game is full of small throwbacks and loves its wordplay. Being already full of detective-style mystery and puzzle missions, it's amazing to me that they found a way to add yet another thin layer of clues. Jokes for those who get it, and more sleuthing opportunities for those who don't. But enough of my blathering, let's get to it. Alright, so to spare you the travel, we're back at Deputy Andy, and as you notice, this one was locked earlier because it's part of a series. So now that we did his first one, the Draugnet has unlocked. Andy has a theory about the sea monsters and how to potentially slow their advance, kill Draug and destroy their pods to find out if he's onto something.
Now, the Walking Dead? I can wrap my head around that. They're dead folk, just walking is all. But those other things? Tall and pale, slimy as maggots? They washed up with the fog. They came and dragged the townsfolk out to sea. Drowned them. Just like my dad with the kittens. He took them out to sea in a garbage bag. Said they were gonna go for a swim. Said they needed the exercise. They never came back. A few years later, neither did my dad. Jeez, I still miss those kittens. The townsfolk, they did come back, dragging what looked like eggs. The big uns, they come out of those eggs, like something from Invasion of the Body Snatchers. They're littered all over the place and guarded, and I'm thinking to myself, Andy, that's gotta mean something. That's gotta be a clue. Why keep an eye on something if it ain't valuable? That's police work. That's deduction, plain and simple. So I'm thinking, what came first, the maggot or the egg? Obviously the egg, right?
Oh, Andy, how are you so innocent and sweet when your dad was clearly such an ass? Oh my god, the poor kittens. Alright, so you see our quest marker popped up, 212 meters that way. This is going to be on the far east side. It feels like the south side running around just because that's how my crazy mind works. But it's almost directly east of the Sheriff's Department, all along the beach. So we're going to head out that way. Screw it, jump. No fall damage in this game. Do we have any? Okay, there are side quests. These are the side missions that pop up everywhere. You can pick up these parcel posts and deliver them. We'll do some of those later. There's also hidden lore everywhere as you go. So you might want to keep an eye out for that, because the more lore you get, the more you can piece together what actually happened. I still haven't even completed all of them on my primary character. There's just so much lore to find. You can be at it for days. But here we are. We're at the pier now. A lot of missions are going to send you over here because so much comes from the sea. And as the story progresses, you'll see what I mean. So let's go ahead and clear the way here a little bit. Get out of here. And you see the large red circle condensed into a small red circle because it's trying to tell you that although the mission sector is this whole zone, the primary targets you're going to be going for is right over here. Let's see, it wants us to kill the Fair Impalers. That's going to be these guys right here. Eat hammer, sucker. Build some resources and spend them. Now the resources you see on him, ooh, almost got shanked. The resources you see on him are going to be the assault rifle resources because my primary attack builds resources for both abilities, or both weapons. So the ones on my name down here, these are for my hammer. The ones you see on their name that appear right here are going to be for my assault rifle. I don't have an assault rifle spender at the moment, so they're just going to stay there until I get one and I can actually use them for extra damage. Now this is a Drowned Mariner, not what we need, but hey, experience is experience, right? Get smashed. Now, one thing I did want to show you when I was talking about multiple skill stacks, if you'll see my 1 and 2 here, 1 is just a simple smash. Builds 1 resource for each equipped weapon and does X amount of damage based on talismans and boosts and passives, etc. This is also a builder, builds 1 resource for each equipped weapon, but it's also a single target attack instead of, well, this is a multi-target column style attack. You've got columns, PB AoEs, ground targeted AoEs, enemy targeted AoEs, and then columns. Columns can go in front and back of you, but mostly will just pass directly in front of you. And then the single target attacks, some of them can trigger PB AoEs so that you hit the one in front of you as well as everyone around him, which can be really useful. But if you read these, this one says it does X amount of damage, but if I hit a weakened target, it deals extra damage, affecting up to 6 enemies in a 5-meter radius. So the single target becomes a PBAOE. Now if I hit this, it's just a standard. But if we look at some of the skills, you can get passives for these. For Smash, whenever I hit with Smash, below the belt can proc. As long as I have below the belt on this, when I hit with Smash, the target becomes weakened. Now remember, if I hit a weakened enemy, it causes AoE damage. So I can actually use 2 builders, one after the other, to create different abilities. Like I hit this guy with this one, just smash him up, and if someone else is around, I can then hit him with the other builder and cause AoEs to hit the other guys around him. Which makes for, you know, building your own little personal combos with preset standards. A lot of people run a single builder, but this is one of the many builds that you can use multiple builders to actually create different effects that were probably intended, but a lot of people don't think about. And it also makes for some fun fights, because then you get the smash, and then the haymaker and earthquake. Get it. Pick up my loot. All right, we did our 3. Now you see that it automatically updated. Now it wants 3 maulers and 3 brood pods, and the red circle went from small right here on this dock to massive, because now it's the entire beach. All these are the pods, and the maulers are the ones with the giant club fists. This is going to be an impaler because he's got the spike. There's also a third kind that I'll introduce you to later that's actually a real pain in my ass, kind of a bane in my existence. But if I can slide by these 2 goons, we can go over here and kill some of the maulers. See, these are going to be more impalers. Let's see, I'm gonna have to turn down my sensitivity before we play next time. Alright, let's go ahead and kill brood pods. There we go, there's some maulers. You see the big old club fists they got there? Now the one thing about these brood pods is you want to kill them fast. Oh, we're gonna get maulers right away. You want to kill them fast because if they hatch, you get to, oh yep, you get these guys coming out. And this is where the other attack is good for. You hit, set weaken state, and then AoEs. Weaken state, AoEs. And it lets you do a little bit of damage to everybody without having to actually fight everybody. Oh, I triggered so many brood pods, and this is why I went with this. Get a little bit of healing. It's not much, but it's better than nothing. And now you see how little health he had when I came to fighting him. Oh god, these guys are awful. These sea collars might ruin my day here. I used Stonewall to raise my defense temporarily because these sea collars here, they do AoEs and they do some nasty stuff. So we want to try and clean them out as fast as possible. Let's see if I can use them. Stonewall it up. Hit. Get some AoE going. See if I can help use them to clear out that mauler. Now see, I haven't hit him at all yet, but just hitting her. Oh, we got another sea collar. Hit him once. And how much? Oh god. He was dodging so much of it. Now see, sometimes they can get a high evade because I'm not really geared high enough for this one just yet. So a lot of, see, glance. That means he's got such high defense that most of my hits, especially those small AoEs I was doing, weren't even landing. That can get frustrating sometimes. Boom. All right, we cleared those out. Oh, no. Oh, glance. Not good. Put her down. There we go. Woo! That could have got bad. And that is what the little bit of heal is for. When you're ever like, oh man, should I put healing in my build? Yes, you should. Unless, get a taco, get a little bit of out of combat regen plus some extra pen chance. Tacos are good. There's also an achievement, the Tex-Mex T-Rex, for eating 7,460 tacos. Have at you. I, however, probably will not be going for that on this character, but it'll happen eventually, all in due time. But the little bit of healing can be negated. You don't have to do that if you go with pots. I'm not a potion user myself. I say pots. In this game, it's actually you have energy drinks and some different styles of beverages that all do different versions. Some do healing over time. They will tell you their hots right on them. Others do insta-heal. They range from small to large, and you can craft them. There is consumable crafting, so you don't have to buy all that nonsense. You can just craft your own if you feel like it. Now you see it, the quest updated, and it wants us to kill the incubators. These incubators are these little tubby goobers right here. And these guys are horrible because in some instances, and a lot of times even out in the world, they can explode. And when they detonate, it does a massive amount of damage. Also, if you just leave them be, they'll wander up onto the beach and turn into one of these cocoon pods and start laying more bad guys for you to have to deal with. So they can be kind of a pain in the ass. So let's smash them up. Oh yeah, the acid spew. I forgot about that. That's a horrible one. They'll throw down these AoEs everywhere, and if you get a big group of these guys, they'll throw down some nastiness, and it does stack. You get 4 or 5 of those laying around, and it starts stacking the damage, and it gets awful. So you want to try and make sure, once again, you know, just like your typical dungeons, don't stand in the crap any longer than you have to. I'm gonna stonewall this one up a little bit. There we go. The one good thing about the hammer is it's got a lot of defensive abilities. So you can build your defense to the point where you take very little damage, which is why I only opted for the single heal attack. Because as long as I can keep my defense high enough, it no longer matters how fast I can get my health back. A little bit of health regen, a decent chunk of health, and a lot of bit of defense. Yes, I said a lot of bit. I'm also one of the few guys that uses used to could in sentences regularly. Alright, updated. Oh, now we get the brood witches. That's these nasty little boogers right here. The chicks with the snakes coming out of their stomachs. These are awful. If you can not fight multiples of these, that's a good thing. Also, they can call others to help them. So if you attack one and they have others nearby, they can get them all involved and things can get hairy quick. And all their attacks are pretty much annoying. So you just gotta deal with them as fast as you can, get them out of the way, because they have a few AoEs that are just awful. They also have, see, that cone that appeared there for a second? They spray and it'll stack, and when you get a couple of those stacks on you, it can get pretty off. Oh, see, she saw me and she went and got help. Nope, nope, nope. Did I get her in time? Oh, nope. Crap. See, she calls for help and everybody comes to her assistance real quick. These brood witches are bad about freaking getting gangster on you real quick. You mess with one, you mess with the whole family. Alright, we have a lore out here hidden behind the boat. Wonder what this one's about. The Draugnet. Alright. And feel free in the comments to harass me about my pronunciation of Draug. I know there's about 100 different ways to say it, but it's kind of like the creators of D&D said when they were talking about the Drow. They asked, is it Drow or Dro? And they're like, oh, it's pronounced the same way you pronounce B-O-W. Oh, you mean bow or bow? That's helpful. Alright, let's step over here. Oof. Alright, see, now we gotta kill the Fair Lord. Alright, these are gonna be... There's only one out here in this zone, but you're gonna encounter them a lot later. Especially if you go to Polaris, then you get the Big Daddy. These are gonna be your little baby Cthulhus. There's almost always one wandering around here. Oh my god. Or he spawns right in front of you. And there he is. Let's stonewall it up and make with the smashing. See if we can't make some sushi. Oh god. Alright, we're gonna jump back here. And this is what the ranged attacks are good for, because his AoEs are always terabad. Oh, I'm so slow. So slow. Get the goo off me. I got the snail. So we need to stack some hammer resources. Boom. Get it. Little baby Cthulhu looking. That you can, on a side note, get a smaller one of these as a pet, just in case you were curious. Some pets in here are just cosmetic, but some actually give bonuses, so it's always worth a good look to see which ones you may want. Send the report. Temple Hall to Delta 1-1, subject Draugnet. I just received word from R&D that this data is giving us fresh insight in drug behavior. They appear to have more complex ecology than we first thought. The reanimated corpses serve as incubators for Draug pods. The female's eggs are implanted through some sort of tentacular energy transfer. Yeah, we saw that. They tried to get all tentacular on us. You've given our research teams a lot to think about. Hopefully in time, it will give us an edge over these creatures. Alas, not in time to save Kingsmouth, but you cannot win every skirmish. This is, after all, going to be a very long war. Arsonic. Same as usual, we get some glyphs. These we can add to our weapons and talismans and whatnot. Give us a little bit of an extra edge. And we get to pick a weapon. I'm already pretty straight with weapons because I got all mine out of Polaris. I always recommend doing Polaris, even on normal mode out of the start. If you can get a group together and knock that out, oh, it's great. Everything that drops out of there is super useful. You just got to make sure you've got a minimum of 2 or higher in your skill for everything in there, because you can't use any of it unless you're 2 or higher. And some drop slightly higher than that. I think I actually had a 5 drop, which was really rare, but I can't use that for a while now. So we're just going to go ahead and pick maybe this gun. I like this gun here. We can use it for a skin. I'll show you how to make skins later. You can actually use any weapon you find as a skin. And the little icons here are pretty accurate to what they look like. The only thing that'll really change is, color or accessories. But you can go ahead and come into your inventory. And yes, I got all anal retentive on it and separated my bags like I always do. We'll go ahead and take this. Let's see, I already have some swords here. This is going to be a rifle. Rifles go down here. Now see this one. Let's equip this booger. And let's see, put that away. What's it look like? Ooh, see, that's a bad tactical. Ooh, with the bullpup on it, that's pretty nice. But see, I also have this guy, the special issue 51. This one's pretty nice. This one's got like the Archangel setup on it. This is more of your like heavy duty AUG style. It's pretty nice. Now this one, see, this is a it looks like the MP5, but it's not, because it's one of the specials out of the dungeons, so it has its own appearance. Now this one's pretty accurate, but these will almost never be accurate to the Orochi style, and we'll talk more about the Orochi later. But there are higher level ones that do look exactly like how they should, just not these. But now that that's done, all we have left to do is head back to the sheriff's office and pick up another mission. Thanks again, guys, and if you liked the video and want to see more content like this, be sure to like and subscribe. See you next time.